Hello everybody, this is ElOhTeeBee.
Dyer's pick.
And the ever-infuriated ShadeShine.
And he's a professional asshole. Hey, you said it, not me.
Yeah. Another banning Bat Rider after the nerfs. I guess they really don't want a strong initiation out of Chilly-Willy.
Well, he can still be reasonably good in lane thanks to the sticky napalm. The nerfs weren't that huge.
He's still much better as an initiator than he was back before they nerfed him, though.
5 seconds.
I think he got that backwards, but whatever. Also, seeing a Night Stalker ban, that's not all that surprising now. Night Stalker, a very potent first pick.
Yes, it is. If only someone had commented on that before. In any case, also an OD ban and an Abaddon ban. The OD ban fairly common, but Abaddon, I don't know why people ban him so much. I guess they don't like his tanky supportness.
He's a pretty aggressive support, great for enabling tower dives. I guess Volvo Please wants to play a more defensive game, or Chilly-Willy wants to play a more defensive game today.
It's kind of odd, really.
Which is a bit out of tune with their first pick, Crystal Mate, one of the most aggressive supports in the game. She just does so much nuke damage at level 2.
She's also very good as a defensive support, though, because all she needs to do is stay alive, and she helps her whole team. That's more than most supports get to do.
Pick.
Volvo Please, picking up the Visage. Excellent tower shredder.
A very strong aggressive support as well.
Earthshaker.
And the Earthshaker. They're picking up both their supports early.
Pick.
They've got some nice potent initiation, too. Fissure into the Spirits. Echo Slam also very useful in a team fight, of course.
And Chilly-Willy picking up life stealing.
Yeah, but they don't really have anyone who combo swell with them just yet.
They're working on that. I'm sure Nyx is going to be their next support. I'd bet money on that.
Yeah. Since I forgot to say it earlier, we're bringing you a random Dota 2 Captain's Mode cast between Chilly-Willy and Volvo Please.
Radiance ban.
It's kind of fun to get to say things like Chilly-Willy on cast.
Oh yeah.
There's not really that many occasions to say it without being an immature jerk.
This is, of course, 6.79.
Which means Bat Rider's not the most powerful hero in the game anymore.
Night Stalker is. I'm so
And
happy
he's
about
banned.
that. Night Stalker is my favorite hero. It's a shame that he's banned because I'd like to see him in action. It's so fun to watch.
Well, until they do something to him, he's going to be a very common pick or ban just because of how he interacts with the new Knight. That shorter night and shorter day that's something.
10 seconds to go.
Rubik ban from Volvo, please.
5 seconds.
That's kind of odd, but I guess they really don't want Echo Slam or Fissure stolen. And I can only imagine they're going to get more great to steal abilities.
I think that another reason for it is that so far their lineup is pretty magic damage heavy. Null Field is a bit of a hindrance to Visage and Earthshaker.
True enough.
So that's as good a reason as any to ban the Rubik out.
There are a lot of reasons to get rid of Rubik. It's fairly standard when you want to go for a heavy team fight and a heavy magic damage team. Taking a lot of time on this Darkseer.
Radiance ban.
Kind of odd. I mean, I guess they want to take a team fight hero away from Volvo Please, but...
Yeah, both their heroes so far are pretty strong in team fights. The Darkseer would be pretty potent in combination with that, especially with the Earthshaker. Vacuum into the Echo Slam.
Echo Slam, Vacuum Wall, any combination of the above. Good. A Shadow?
Radiance pick.
Have we seen Shadow Shaman picked at all in any of the games we've casted?
No, but I think the ban makes sense here. He's a reasonable mid, strong support, and a very good pusher. So,
cool.
All things I like to see Volvo Please wanting to get rid of.
Also a strong counter initiator because of those Serpent Wards.
Dyer's pick.
And it's the Timber Saw.
Did anyone really expect Timber Saw not to be picked? Anybody? Nope. Yep.
Radiance pick.
Well, I was expecting Nyx, but Lich is a good team fight hero. So I guess Chilly-Willy needs a team fight too.
He's gotten a lot stronger with his recent buffs.
What would they buff about him?
They adjusted sacrifice a bit so that you get some of the experience. And I think they pumped up the damage on Chain Frost or something. I forget the exact details. But the sacrifice buff was nice.
And the Viper pickup for Volvo, please. I guess they've got either their mid farmer or their safe lane farmer, depending on what they do with the Timber Saw.
Yeah, I like seeing Viper. He can be a bit boring to watch sometimes, but he's not that common to pick up, which I think is unmerited. He's pretty strong as a carry, because he can build tanky and still get damage thanks to his passive.
And now...
Toxin?
Yes, Nether Toxin is passive. And since they buffed Poison Attack to never have a cooldown time, he's going to be a lot stronger in the early game. His one caveat in the early game, aside from gank ability, used to be the fact that you could stop Viper by just walking away. You can't do that now. You have to not get caught out by him. Admittedly, some people are going to think that's OP, but some people are in pub games.
True.
You can still gank Viper from here to heck, because no one takes Corrosive Skin early on.
Chilly-Willy using lots of its reserve time on this pick. You're gonna run out soon.
Better be careful. You don't really want to random say... Well, that's a good pick. It's their mid.
Might be Shadow Fiend versus Viper. I'm pretty sure that Viper would have the advantage there. He just does tons of damage, and Shadow Fiend's HP is terrible.
I don't envy a Viper that doesn't shut down Shadow Fiend early, though. The ability of Shadow Fiend to throw out those Shadow Raises is just punishing for anybody. Weaver ban, that's fairly standard. After all, Chilly-Willy's doesn't really have an offlaner here, and Weaver's one of the better offlaners.
Yep, he can just get out of control in a hurry. Good that they banned him out then.
Well, I hope to see a Windrunner pickup for Chilly-Willy, even though I know that's not going to happen. Because Windrunner's fun to see played, because she's not played all that often.
I'm trying to think of an offlaner that would be a good infest holder guy thing.
You can use Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, I guess Bounty Hunter could work.
10 seconds to go.
I wouldn't really want to see Bounty... Well, actually, they don't really have an offlaner unless they're sending Timbersaw there. Which I guess against the Shadow Fiend they would. That's awkward.
Gyro, the final ban out of Chilly-Willy. Think that's a good ban here. He's one of the stronger teamfight carries for sure.
And he's a very good safe lane farmer that would shore up... Tinker.
Okay, it looks like it'll be Viper as the safe lane farmer and Tinker mid against the Shadow Fiend.
Oh, this just got a little better for the Shadow Fiend as long as he doesn't get killed early on.
Yep, Laser's still a total hassle for the Shadow Fiend to deal with, but he should at least have an easier time fighting back against the Tinker. I have to say, I'm not sure that I think the Tinker pick was a good idea.
I don't really like it. Their lineup is more oriented towards team fights. And I think that they could have... Oh, Magnus pickup. Throwing him in the offlane, I guess?
Yeah, looks like it. Magnus, not too common nowadays. Been nerfed a bit. But he's still very strong. Reverse polarity, very strong ultimate. Goes great with the Lich ulti. The main thing I'm worried about is that Magnus is their best infest target, and he's not really the best at it. Anyway, gonna go ahead and introduce the players. For VP, we've got Shivan the Viper. We've got Visage being played by Mex. We've got You Hurt the Ones You Love on the Tinker. We've got Senk on the Timbersaw. And we've got Jaden J on Earthshaker.
And for the Dire, we have Toka-san on the Lifestealer. We have Dante on the Magna going bottom. Not unexpected at all. We have Heart M as the Shadow Fiend. Rolf, I don't know whether that's supposed to be Ralphie or Rolfie on the Crystal Maiden. I don't really care. I'm going to go for Rolf because it's what I pronounced first. And Lucer 990 on the Lich.
30 seconds to showtime.
And it looks like the Radiant has made an unfortunate choice of not buying wards. Here's hoping that doesn't bite them later.
Tinker's sitting on top of one right now.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, they used them real quickly then. Good, good, good. I just looked at the item thing and I couldn't see the icons.
First ward, reasonable position. Moves were in vision. Hope see things moving up the river. I'm really not sure it's the best positioning. I would have preferred to see it over here on the dire side of the river, but I suppose that works too.
Dire going to pick up an early illusion.
On which to hoist them.
And I like this Dire ward here. It's aggressive and defensive at the same time.
Speaking of, it looks like the Radiant's opting for an aggressive try. Maybe just an aggressive duo lane?
It doesn't look like they're going. It doesn't look like they're going for a 2-1-2, but they've got Visage mid, so maybe it's a 2-2-1.
Visage mid, and I guess Tinker's going to be farming the Ancients? Yeah, marching the machines at 1. Huh.
Okie dokie, that's a valid strategy.
Not what I was expecting.
No, not at all.
That definitely explains the ward placement. I guess I should have seen that coming. Oh, but Crystal Maiden comes in. No fun allowed.
Why would Crystal Maiden ever allow fun? I think I've got a glitch going on. I can't see hero health or mana in their bar, you know, on their little the status area of the screen. I don't know what it's called. It's weird. Doesn't matter.
What's up with that?
It's probably just a glitch from alt-tabbing or something.
Yeah, alt-tabbing not exactly the most consistent thing in this game, unfortunately.
Doesn't really matter. You're the only one who needs to really see the amounts anyway.
Yeah, fair point. I'm the one doing the recording.
And I can still see all the other important stuff.
This Visage mid is a very interesting choice. It's not really what I would have expected.
That being said, the Crystal Maiden supporting Shadow Fiend mid is also sort of unprecedented.
While they were probably expecting Shadow Fiend to be up against a Viper or possibly a Tinker, neither of which is the easiest lane for him.
Looks like we got some aggression going top, but nothing's going to come of it unless Earthshaker's going to come out of there with his fissure.
Invisibility.
Oh, Invisible Crystal Maiden.
Yep, coming up from behind. At that 280 move speed.
It does suck to be a maiden sometimes.
Well,
Wonder
what's
which one
going
they're
on?
gonna go.
Timbersaw, of course, winning bottom up against the Magnus. Looks like Crystal Maiden's just looking for a good chance. And Invis Rune won't last forever, though.
They need to get going on the Earthshaker. Oh, no, they're going to go for the Viper. It's going to be easy first blood for them.
Yep,
First
and
blood.
on the more valuable target, too.
Watch your step.
Crystal Maiden will take a bit of damage from the Earthshaker in the process, but not really enough to threaten her. And she'll just be able to back off and salve up or tango or whatever she wants.
And sadly, I think Earthshaker's fissure cost more than it saved there. Even if Viper had lasted longer, he might have been able to escape.
Tinker doing just enough jungling to buy a sentry to counterward the Ancients. And he'll start farming away. Looks like Crystal Maiden. No, she doesn't have another ward.
Looks like she is going to try to find him out, though. I don't think that's going to go well for her.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He's only level 1. She has both her nukes.
He's got more
Fortunately,
heroes
she also
here
has
than her.
the support of her team.
She really could have afforded to tell her team about this.
Yep, went for the gank. Didn't get it. Now Tinker will go right back to farming the Ancient stack.
He's still only level 1, which is kind of sad.
Well, yeah, he hasn't managed to kill the Ancients yet.
Oh yeah, he's going to make lots of money when it actually counts, but right now he's not. He is in the suffering village.
Loads of money, loads of experience. What is that courier? It's adorable. It is Arnabis the Fairy Rabbit.
Looks like Shadow Fiend's going to sit on a double damage and just pretend it isn't there.
He's waiting for his bottle to arrive.
Oh, that lamer. There we go.
Also,
You're
Wraith
gonna
in the
pick.
boots.
You think with this ward here, they would have gotten that, but I guess not.
Up from the side, but happily there's ward vision, so Visage will know to back off this. I'm still not sure just why they felt that the Visage was the best one to receive the solo farm.
I have no clue. If they're gonna do action on the Visage, but it looks like it's gonna turn around the Crystal Maiden.
Oh, she just barely survives the Soul Assumption.
And she salves up, and so does Visage, but
Fortunately,
nope,
she wasted a
Shadowfiend's
sentry.
not for chase.
Tinker gets the pull anyway.
I don't really like Ancient farming with Tinker. I really think he needs to be mid getting that farm and fast getting the boots of travel. I don't think he's not going to get his farm and his gold as fast this way.
Magnus, meanwhile, getting forced back at bottom. Timbersaw, on the other hand, doing just fine. He does call missing, though. Always good. That's always good to see. Looks like Crystal Maiden might be in a little bit of trouble at mid.
She's going to advance back into danger. That's always bad.
Yeah, not the smartest play there.
As a Crystal Maiden, you always have to think that you're going to be dead. And that's what should guide your decisions.
Double damage Shadow Fiend coming in from the side.
He's not going to catch up, though, which is sad.
So he'll just head top instead. Where there's
And
a
why
Viper
not?
and a Earthshaker way too overextended. And Viper
Another
slows
killing
down
blow.
to attack the Shadow Fiend, which seals his fate. Should have just kept running.
Even if he had kept running, I don't think he would have been fast enough. Sad, but there was no right decision there but to not be gankable and to pay attention to your wards.
Tinker, meanwhile, has reached level 3, not too far off from level 4.
Guess what's happening?
Fortunately,
Time
Shadow
bottom
Fiend is
tower.
level 6, and he's hungry for Tinker Guts. He's not going to catch Tinker, but he's hungry for him.
Well, I don't know. Tinker doesn't... Well, oh wait, Tinker does have his boots.
They both
It's like
have
he'll-
the same, exact same move speed, which is... But Tinker's running, like, in the wrong direction.
Well, he's just buying a bit of time for the Visage to arrive. The laser will
Oh!
actually help secure the kills. Laser, Soul Assumptions, auto attacks, and that's it.
This
Shadow
dire
Fiend goes
team was doing better early on, but they're not communicating well enough to secure ganks. That would have been a great time for Lich to come in, or anybody.
down. Shaker throwing out a fresh ward to protect Tinker's ancient farm. Radiant is definitely... Well, I can't really say that they're definitely showing better coordination and communication this game, because there was a gank up towards top that really shouldn't have killed anyone. Shadow Fiend, meanwhile, getting a kill on Timbersaw bottom. Missed that, unfortunately.
Fortunately for the Dire, this is really going to help them out.
It's pretty easy to figure out what happened, given that
Dire's
Magnus's ult is
mid-tower's
on
having technical
Shadow Fiend finishing his
difficulties.
boots too.
And I can't disagree with that decision.
Tower into
I'd blow the ult to get rid of Timbersaw for any amount of time.
Yeah, this early in the game, it's perfectly fine to use reverse polarity to guarantee a kill on a single
that
hero.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Especially when that single hero is going to beat you in lane 9 times out of 10. And they're going to take bottom tower for it.
Tower's seen better days.
First tower blood.
There goes Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, that's a bit surprising. It does give
Looks
Visage
like there's
room
going
to
to be
just
some action
reform it.
top, though, with Timbersaw, and he gets Lich really easily with Chakram and Timberchain. But Viper goes down just as quickly to Lifestealer. That's bad.
So he's in trouble though, except he fests into a Radiant creep and he'll be fine. He'll come out right under his own tower.
Oh, and here he comes out for the Earthshaker kill. He's going to have it. Oh no, Magnet! Wrong way!
Magnus making
Oh,
a bit of
just
a mistake there, but it doesn't matter in the end. And it looks like they might get the Timbersaw too.
Oh, no, if he Timberchains, he's going to Timberchain.
Oh,
He's going to go aggressive. He's going to get kills.
Chakram and the Whirling Death doing some serious damage to both the Magnus and the Crystal Maiden. Looks like the Crystal Maiden will go down here. Oh, but that Frost Nova, or Chain Frost,
Oh, there goes
Tower could
Visage.
use a hand.
and then it does absolutely nothing to the familiars. That's kind of funny.
Down.
And then Lich gets Timbersaw somehow.
Radiant's mid tower's getting
I don't
banged
even.
up.
I don't think if I saw that, I wouldn't have known what had happened.
Yeah, I had figured that Timbersaw was already out of there. I'm surprised that he stuck around for so long.
I'm surprised Lich has the actual just capability to kill him.
Frost Nova too good, I guess. Tinker finally
power-
heading to mid for a bit, but he can't stay there for too long. And he's... That's
It
why
is
he
a
shouldn't have
power-
stayed there for too long. Couple Shadow Raises and he's dead. Shadow Fiend has a nice level advantage over him.
I think Shadow Fiend has a nice level advantage on just about everybody. Except Magna, who is on his team.
Why do you call it Magna?
He's Magnetar, isn't he?
Yeah, but
Radiant's
he's
mid tower's
Magnus.
coming apart.
Yeah.
Have fun trying to bust down Radiant structures now.
Magnus
Some
following
people-
a haste sprint. His
some
ulti's
people
off
call
cooldown.
bounty
This could be a
hunters
kill or
bonfire.
two at top.
Radiant's mid tower's in trouble.
It's not going in right away, though. And that
Life
not going
stealer's
in right
gonna
away
die.
could well cost him these kills.
Dive,
not.
dive.
Going for
They're gonna go on the Timbersaw. Reverse polarity, well played.
Yep, first polarity once again used to guarantee a Timbersaw kill. Can't fault that decision making.
Given how strong Timbersaw is once he starts running, stopping him from running is really good. But they're gonna run to Viper and Tinker. This is gonna hurt somebody.
It's like a
Mostly
Viper.
Viper.
I don't think Tinker's in a good position either. He does get a kill on the Magnus, but Lifestealer's going to take him down easy. Oh, but the Familiar's coming from the side and stun him.
Fisher.
It looks like Tinker might get away after all. Oh,
Six.
no,
No.
never mind.
4 down.
Ultra
Four in
kill
a
for the
row.
Lifestealer, and he'll get away clean.
Unless a Familiar manages to stun him somehow, and I think that's the ability's on cooldown now. Yep, that murder spree is over.
You're being called, brother.
I'm aware. Unknown
I
name.
best do something.
Gonna hit
about
that. I'm
bottom
gonna put that
tower.
on mute.
11.5 minute boots of travel for the Tinker.
That's pretty good, given that he didn't get solo farm.
Oh, he got
is-
plenty of solo farm. Got it right at the Ancient Camp.
Yeah, but he wasn't like uninterrupted the whole time though. He actually had things to deal with.
He hits the bottom, tries to get a kill on the Lifestealer, but Lifestealer manages to make it out.
So does Tinker.
Lich doesn't, though.
Hilarious.
It looks like Magnus might not. He's in a bit of trouble here. Thinks that skewer will get him to save him, though. No, not if he just turns around for no good reason. When you're running, you run.
There's no reason when you have a bit of health on you can't throw some harass back, but I agree with you. He wasn't going to get any kills. There was no reason to stick with that.
Dyer's top
Shadow
tower.
Fiend finding
You know
an
the
invisibility room. This could be a very bad time for someone at mid, given that there's no tower there anymore.
Viper's going to have a pretty bad time once the team gets there. I think
wanna see
Viper
that
smells
ulti.
something about to go bad though, but too late.
Oh, no ulti. He gets the kill, but he gets it in a much more boring way. Visage coming in, but unfortunately Lifestealer's on his tail. Shadow Fiend's starting to get kind of low, though, thanks to those familiars. But not low enough.
And
I'll
this
just
is
stick around and
bad,
make sure
but
they get the other familiar kill too.
what initially had been a Radiant advantage of what seemed to be better coordination overall is now starting to fall apart as the Dire just seems to find pickoffs, especially with the Magnol, which they aren't afraid to use. And I wouldn't be afraid to use it either to stop Timbersaw.
I did just catch the tail end of a nice play there. He skewered up to the high ground to try and get Tinker, but Tinker was teleporting out, so Magnus did manage to cancel the reverse polarity in time. That's pretty impressive.
Lots of people wouldn't know that ability had a cancel.
Yeah, the timing on it is a bit tight, especially if you're not used to doing it.
I mean, what? It's like 0.3 of a second cast time, right?
Something small like that.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Oh, running through the fissure. Well played. I don't think he intended to do that, but it was very skillful
Radiant's
anyway.
top tower's hurting.
Here we have a Dire Ward and Radiant Ward hanging out.
BFFs forever.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh look, one's a Lena ward, one's a Crystal Maiden ward.
Yep,
They are BFFs forever.
top tower for Radiant getting taken out, but meanwhile the fight's breaking out at mid, and it looks like the Dire's going to get forced into this one.
Which gets hurt pretty bad. Crystal Maiden dances, but that doesn't do
But
anything.
there's lots of Radiant heroes who are low, but no one's too Oh, excellent
Reverse polarity. Good day.
Securing an easy 3 kills.
2 supports for 2 important people and a support. I'll take that all day.
Yep,
And the
Yeah.
Radiant and GG call.
that was short.
Radiant's top tower is taking.
I know we probably aren't putting this up, but that was a pretty epic short game. There weren't many dull
Radiant's
moments.
top tower's in bad shape. Dire's done it again.
Huh.
I'm kind of surprised they gave up so early, because Viper can win a long game.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that he can win the long game against the Shadow Fiend and the Lifestealer, and the Dire don't really have another strong core like the Viper. Or the Radiant don't have another strong core like the Viper.
True enough, but it's always a possibility, you know. But, yeah, that was pretty quick. Crystal Maiden only level 6. It's kind of sad. But at least she did good on our KDA.
Mm-hmm. This is ElOhTeeBee.
And ShadeShine.
Signing off.
Peace!